What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another drawing tutorial. Today we're going to be drawing Kratos, God of War, from that video game. I gotta be honest, once you become an adult, finding time to play video games is hard. But I did play God of War when it came out because my brother got it and it was pretty good. So um, I used to play video games a lot when I was younger, a lot of Final Fantasy, but I enjoyed this God of War one when I did play it a couple of years back. So anyway, that's a rant. But I'm on a landscape orientation page. Use a pencil and eraser for these. Can't stress that enough. You can always do your black ink over the top if you want. Okay. So hit pause if I go too fast when I move my hand, right? So help yourself. Just hit that pause button, slow it down. You can even slow down YouTube videos in the settings. There's like a wheel in the bottom right hand corner, like down, where would it be? Here somewhere. I wonder if I got the right place. It's like down here, and you can slow it down and stuff, and you can zoom in, zoom out, all that kind of stuff. So help yourself. Use these tutorials whatever way you want. Anyway, stop talking. Draw. Less talky, more draw. Right, so center point of my page is about here, okay? Say that's where his nose will end up being. So we just come up over to the right hand side. So it's kind of a semi-realistic sort of eye and stuff like that, right? But he's got a big frown. So what we're going to do is we're going to curve a line, right? Tick up this way. And then it kind of hooks down at the back, okay? And then, so it's kind of a hairy eyebrow, but we'll go from here, right? And it goes up this way and then back down, right? And if you want, you can give it some like texture lines, sort of like this, but you know, or you can just color it. It's up to you, okay? And we do the same thing on the other side. So we do a big tick again, go up this way, and it kind of hooks down the back. And then it sort of starts halfway up his eyebrow. So it starts like there, you know, this frown. And then you go back down to there. And again, you can add some texture. You know, coming up and down. On that eyebrow. Right, so then under here his eyes begin, okay? So he's quite small sort of eyes, right? And it kind of comes out from his eyebrow here. So it comes out across, down the back, and then in, just here. You might be able to see a little bit of it come out here, and go back in, like that. So when I'm doing sort of semi-realistic sort of eyes, I don't close off the bottom. It's just something that I've come to, it's like a habit I'm in. If you want, you can close that off, but I tend to just leave them. I think it looks better. It's just me. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm using Sharpie. So I just tend to leave that open, and then you just add his iris, half circle there, and his pupil inside there, right? And you just close that up. Right. And then he has sort of lines coming around his eyes. Like he's an oldish kind of dude, is he? I'm not like too familiar, but he's got like these bags sort of underneath his eyes there. And then he has crow's feet and stuff. Like wrinkles and things just coming around his eye, and maybe like an eyelid line just there. We do pretty much the same thing over the other side. So out horizontally, down here, and then we bring it back in. Like so. And then we might be able to see like this side, just a little bit of the eye out here. And then we bring it back in. Right, so then his iris, semicircle, comes around there, and then his pupil in the middle. And more details around his eyes. So he's got those sort of bags under his eyes. And then maybe an eyelid line and crow's feet. So like wrinkles and things just coming out from his eye there. It doesn't have to be the same on both sides. It actually makes the drawing look better when you're slightly different. Right, so let's see. So nose, right? So he's got like a line coming across the middle of his nose. He's got like a real big nose, right? So it comes down across first, and then we're going to bring it sort of down the side here for the bridge of his nose, right? Like that. And then we got nostrils on both sides. So we curve around kind of like a letter C or something, like a backwards letter C. Same on the other side, down here. Like that. And then this comes down to a point and curves around back up the other side. Okay. Roughly like that. Right, so then his mouth, we can't really see it because he got like a mustache, like a big beard and a mustache, right? So he got like two lines just coming down. It can be a sort of scraggly line coming down this way. So it's like you're giving him a mustache at first, okay? Going down there. And then this will have some lines that go up. And then this goes across the other side. Right, if you want, you can add texture like that, okay? So we can only see his bottom lip, really, because his mustache covers his top lip. You can't see it. And then the beard in here. So like comes down, sort of a scraggly sort of line. Again, sort of like hairy. And then this comes up around into there. And again, you can have some texture on it if you want. So like normally eyes to nose is about the same as nose to chin, right? So his chin would be in here somewhere, right? But he's got a massive beard. So eyes to nose, about the same as nose to chin, right? So if his chin is there, the beard is real big, so it comes down further. Okay, so his beard is like this, right? So crazy big beard, and you can add texture lines onto this if you want, or you can just color it. Totally up to you, right? And this comes around the side of his face, so you're just going to add sort of zigzag sort of lines going up like so. Right, and just about mouth level, it's sort of shaved into his jaw, right? So about mouth level is where you change the direction and you go up the side of his face here. Right? You do pretty much the same thing on the other side. About mouth level again, change that direction. Right? Rough shape for his beard. So then he's got like some more facial hair that comes out from here. So he's got like a cheek line or something like here, right, like that. And then the beard will keep going here, like so, right, like that roughly. And again, we can add as much texture to this as we feel we need. Like so, roughly. Right, so then up here at his sideburns, his ears come out from the sideburn, right? So comes up, hooks out like so, then bring it down into there, right? Then we go up. Sorry, that one should be, yeah, no, that's correct. Is it? Yeah, roughly. Up, same way, out, down, into there. And then we've got like, I think there's an extra line or something coming down into his head on that ear for some reason, not on the other one. So we got like bones and ligaments and things inside. So easiest way is always like the letter J, but you can add more lines to that if you want. Like so, roughly. Okay, so then we've got like a big scar on this side of his face, right? So it comes down here. This goes into his eyebrow. You can have some scar lines and then coming down this side of his face as well. Just some scar lines there. And then we'll do his head, right? So his head like goes right up to the top of my page there. So the eyes usually are the middle between the head and the chin, right? So eyes to the top of his head is about the same as eyes to like where his chin would be roughly, you know? So the eyes are like halfway down between the head and the chin, like roughly. Okay, so you want the eyes to be about halfway down the face where his chin would be. Okay, standard human proportion, eyes halfway down the head roughly, right? So then bring the skull around, so he's shaved head, so it's just round. Comes down behind his ear there, right? And we do the same thing on the other side. So I often wish I could grow a beard like this. But alas, it's just not possible. So a line there just for the side of his head, I think, as well. Like so. Okay, so we've got some extra like brow lines and stuff. So he's got like brow coming across here. And like something like for the side of his skull, just going up this way. Something similar on this side. Like so, and then like a skull line here. And then we've got some like wrinkles that come across his head. So like some wrinkly sort of headlines. Kind of like that. And then he has those facial tattoos, right? I'll draw it in. It's done with red, so it's not really drawn in with a black line, but we got to draw it in to know where it is. So I'll draw it in. If you were doing this, you know, it's done with color. If you are coloring, of course. It's down like that. And then it like comes over his eyelid there. And I think in here as well. So it like comes down this way. Like so, goes back up and then into there. Okay, so we'll go down his body. So trapezius muscle comes out there. He's got like a big thing, like armor here, right? So his trapezius only comes out a little bit on this side. And then this big piece of armor comes across his arm. But we'll get in like his collarbone here first. So like big muscly dude, collarbone goes that way. The other collarbone will go the opposite direction but it goes in under stuff in here. But you might see like neck muscle, maybe like, should be another like neck muscle here somewhere. Like so. Maybe like trapezius muscle there. Roughly like that. Doop. Right, so shoulder, I always like to think head width. So the width of his head, bring that out, and that's how wide his shoulder would be. He is a big dude, so if you went a bit further, it wouldn't really make much of a difference. But I'd say here. Right, so if I was to measure his head, bring that out, roughly, you can fit a head here. Yeah. Approximately. And then his shoulder comes down, like so. And, right, so we might have like chest muscle just here. And this is like shoulder muscle. You can't really see the other side because there's all these straps and stuff. So you've got like trapezius muscle goes down that way. And maybe a bit more shoulder muscle there, and then like a line coming down that way. His bicep line should be here somewhere. It's not in the picture, but should be there. Roughly like that. Right, so then he's got this big strap coming across his chest. That's why we can't really see much of the stuff here, right? So it's got like fur on the outside of it. So like just these furry sort of lines, right? Like this. He obviously needs the fur because, you know, the leather would be too hard on his skin. You know, he obviously has sensitive skin, Kratos, so he needs a furry strap. Not. So how far does this go out? So that is like the side of his chest. So then this goes down this way. Like so, and his armpit is here, and then that strap goes underneath his armpit here and goes like down off my page. Okay, so this is like going diagonal, right? You can do that any sort of way, like you don't have to copy the exact spikes. You can do it your own sort of way, right? Right, so then up here, we've got like a box-like shoulder pad, right? That comes around this way. And then this will go up like so. And then we have a bump here for the edge of that. And the other edge here, right? And then we have those lines that come across. So that comes across there. Right, so there's all details inside these, but we'll get just the main parts first. So then this comes across diagonally, and then goes down to there, and then it comes out the other side. So it comes out here. There's all these straps that come out from this thing. So there, and then we have another strap that comes out from it. So it comes out again, diagonal. Well, there's two really, isn't there? Let's see. Let's just get the main one in first anyway. See how we go. So that comes down like that. And then the opposite side. And come out this way. Underneath. There's like a buckle in here somewhere. That's that. And then, so I went, that's a mistake. Sorry. Whoops. That comes into there. And then we have another strap. So it comes out from here, goes down diagonal to there, and then this should go this way. To there, and then there's a buckle here, like a V-like sort of buckle. And then we've got like the tongue sticks out. So these are like extra sort of details, right? So this comes out the bottom here, and the rest of the buckle there. Then we've got some like holes. That, and maybe another hole like here, like so. And another detail inside. Comes around, like so. And then something there. Chest line, maybe chest line going down that way. More of his bicep comes in here. Then like another piece of buckle or something coming down around here, like strapping, going down that way, like so. Right, so then there's another edge line on this. Just tracing the outside line. And then it's like some lines on this or something. A little bit of stitching or something, just a little bit. There's an extra line that goes back that way. On the top, and there's 3 bolts holding that on. And what can we see now? So we can see, I don't know. Okay, great. So we've more fur. We'll do the fur. So this fur, again, for Kratos' delicate skin. Yeah, we don't want the leather chafing. Oh, Kratos. Okay, so let me see. So we've got like his bicep, like, and side of his body here, and there's a strap that seems to come down here as well. But I can't really make out if that's a buckle or what. I don't know. That's weird. Okay. So I'm going to guess. So I guess it's a buckle. There's like this circular line. So I'm going to guess this is strapping. Like there. And then his chest muscle, right? So middle of his face, chest comes down. And then kind of goes up into there. And then you have nipple roughly. So chest there. Chest on the other side. Comes down, nipple will be roughly like here. Right, and that's fur, like so. Right, so like nipple there. Line like so. Okay, now, so more armor on this side, so another pad comes out like from this one diagonally, back up underneath. This has an edge line, like that, and then another pad coming down his arm. Like so, and it's strapped onto his bicep just here. This has another edge line there. So 3 coming down. Right, and they have all like details on him as well, but we'll just finish his arm. So his arm just goes off the page that way. That's like his bicep, so you can't really see much else going that way. So like this has a strap on it. And then we have like a zigzag like pattern, right? So, well, zigzag crisscross pattern going across this pad. Like so, and we'll attempt to do same sort of thing here. Right, and then we'll go, so like, so, and then, so that means then this way. Like that, and then same here. Roughly like so. And then there is details on this. So there's like these sort of stitching sort of lines. X's and stuff. And that, maybe like some stitching around this. So you can add as much of this detail now as you want. You don't have to, you know, if you don't have the time or the patience, I understand. But I'll draw it in for anyone who does. Right, so then he has some of that tattoo on his trapezius. Right, so let's see. So like comes down here, like over here, and then jumps over this and goes down his chest, like so. And then he's something on his shoulder as well, actually. Like here, it's like a circle, goes around his trapezius, or his tricep, down to there, and it goes up that way. Right, so we'll add just a little bit of his axe that we can see at the back, right? So it comes out from behind his shoulder pad here. Then goes down behind. You know, you could have like line there, and then the center part, the handle is like here, and then it comes out just here, the large edge. So you can just see a little bit of it. Like so, and then he has those runes on it. So they're kind of like astrological symbols. Like so. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, there's one more sort of line on this. But now I think that that is everything. That is how to draw Kratos, God of War. Hope it was helpful, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.